I'd like to bring to the stage Martin, our fellow, our Englishman, Scottishman, what, Scott, okay. He's coming to the stage, and he's going to start with us to tell some great ideas that his team came up with.
Hopefully I'm back by popular demand. There you go. So, I mean, firstly, we were the team in the corner, made up of a few expats and, and Blake and Jeff, who defected to another group a bit further on, and Peter and Raj as well. So that's just so you know who sort of put this together. And obviously today's been distribution, funding, community. So I'm just going to roll through the ideas that we sort of put together. And I think the interesting one, going to Scott's distribution was Peter raised some really key issues that sort of said, the key to distribution is smart distribution. It has to be smart. And the way it becomes smart is by looking at the new type of contents. As you're saying, advertising, adding other things, not just with the film. One of his key ones was connecting with the public, and that, I think ideation was the word. I'd not heard it before, so I sort of acted dumb. But is that right? Is it ideation? Okay, so it was really, he said the key to anything that you try to distribute should be the content of the distribution itself. So he said that identifying a public desire at the core of the movie is the most important thing before you even start on the distribution side. Really attracting a wider audience, for distribution. And most importantly, to make money. I don't know where that come out of, but so I mean that was the key one. So that sort of led us into a discussion about distribution, and what we decided that it would make sense to have a single point of distribution here in Texas. At the moment everyone's trying or working alongside, but flashing all over the world, and 25 dim stars are not as bright as one bright star. So that was the real theme behind it. And they said, okay, if we have this and we bring in experts in different areas that involve this industry, such as marketing, such as Blake does, and Jeff and an attorney, and they have this central distribution point that all the filmmakers can go to, and that people can then come to Texas and know that they can go to this one place and find out what's going here. But most importantly, help these younger filmmakers that might be naive, that might sell something, at a level they shouldn't have. So, and I think the advantage we have coming from, obviously, overseas, is that you don't really understand that people are a little bit scared of Texas. It's just so big, and they don't know who to contact. So I think it's an amazing opportunity to sort of come together, because the interesting thing is that within a movie, you all collaborate fantastically. You all do your little parts, like clockwork. As soon as it comes to business, you all go your separate ways, and you're all trying to talk to different people, and no one will say who they're speaking to. And it just seems if you can take that spirit into how you actually create it as a business and centralize it, then it'd be so powerful. And I think, that was really the key to our discussion. And, as you heard from Michael today, he has a community. He's built a center that is perfect for that you can actually house this whole community in and really become that focal point. So I think that was the main thing from the sort of distribution, the advertising, and really that smart, because then suddenly you get this smart collective distribution. And that it can go stronger, because as you all know, Texas is competing with other states and everyone all over the world. But if the model can be done here, then people go, hey, maybe it's good to work together. Maybe we can achieve more. And ultimately, this competitive nature, it just comes down to how good your content is. If you've all got the same chance and your movie fails and the other guy's does, it was a better content. It connected better with the public. And I think, if you can all get together like that, it'll be an amazing time for this industry. So that was the distribution, the community as well. And obviously the funding, I'm just going to say one word, crowdboarders, because I think, we sort of bring this whole thing, you like that, didn't you? I'll wait until last. But, we bring this whole thing together because, we built this with you in mind. We haven't built it to make money. We built it just to connect creative people with the public and allow them to sort of invest and to help you grow. I mean, it's a basic instinct of survival. You know, without money, you can't live, you can't do films. But what I like the most, and what I want to give credit to all of you for, is why I love your industry, is your goal is public entertainment. You're not here to make money. That's brilliant. But you actually want to change people's lives. And that's how we connect with you. So I'd like to thank you, and hopefully there's some good ideas that the team, Blake, Jeff, Peter, Raj, and myself come up with. Thank you.
Okay, I don't know, who should we bring up here? Let's bring Hutch. Come on, Hutch.
Thank you, sir. I just want to thank everybody for coming out. This has been a really important event, I think, for those who have come, especially myself. We were talking earlier, there's nothing like when you get your juices flowing on things. You know, when you get around like-minded people. You know, I played baseball in my youth, and, you know, I dreaded going to practice until I actually got to practice and started throwing the ball and catching and dealing. And when everybody was there doing the same thing, you just got your juices flowing. So this has been a tremendous opportunity for me, and I'm glad this is an event that's been put on, and I hope this happens on a regular basis, and everybody gets to share in this excitement, because this has been perfect for me. I want to just go over an idea that we kind of talked, ironically, under the finance, after the finance speech that we had, but it ended up, I think, working more on a community level, because it really is about community. And what we are talking about is, for those who are independent filmmakers here, we know that not everything is an Oscar-winning film. There's a lot of stuff that we make that's not necessarily viewable, you know. Even though to us, you know, my baby is the best-looking baby in the world, it may not be for others. So what we discussed was really having some sort of a member-based platform where filmmakers, and Hollywood does this with screenings and test screenings and stuff like that, but where filmmakers could actually, if they're going to, let's say I'm going to make a feature film, and I have my story and I have my budget and everything, but I kind of want to get feedback immediately, is if I had a place where I could maybe film 3 minutes of my story, which would require a much lower budget than what I need for my feature film, and be able to have a platform where I could go on and actually get feedback from respected, qualified, professional people within my industry to say what they thought of the work, and critique my material, and help me as a filmmaker both get feedback that was good, feedback that was positive, and also feedback that was a critique. I've watched a lot of films where, you know, the cinematography wasn't the best. There were some continuity issues, but the story was great, the performances were great, and it had those great aspects. And given the opportunity to go back to that filmmaker and be able to say, hey, I loved your story, your actors did a great job, but who was your sound guy, and who was your cinematographer, and what's the, you know, these are the little things I thought could work. I've been on several panels of movies that have been filmed and shown, where I actually got to meet with the director and producer and give feedback on this already made film. And I just think it was important. So I thought that, to me, that was a really great idea. And I don't know if one really exists right now, but I think it would be easier for me, instead of having to raise $150,000 and just go for it, if I could raise $3,000, film 3 minutes of my story, and get some real positive feedback, and go from there. And these at least would give me some sort of inside information on what I'm doing right and what I'm doing wrong. So that was one of the things that we had as community. My name is Todd Hutchinson, by the way. My company is called Independent Film House. Thanks.
Thanks, Hutch. Okay, Marcus Reidner, why don't you come on up here? Yeah, up here. Because you'll look prettier in the golden light.
Hi, everybody. I'm Marcus Rodner. I am a business consultant of 20 years. I'm also an actor, stand-up comedian. I own Dopamine Entertainment, and I'm a partner in Rule of 9 Business Consulting. And one of those specializations is in how to speak to investors and how to get money and how to find money and how to connect. Okay. Running through. This is Jeff Vogt's motive was to build a better infrastructure in the Texas film industry and what we have here. That's what's been happening today. Incredible brainstorming, incredible think tank, and we've made incredible, well, it's invaluable, but it's the number one thing is it's built unity. Okay, from the first group, distribution. I can't go into the details because Pete came up with a fantastic idea. I asked him to write a business plan, and there's a venture capitalist setting in my group, and so we're going to get together. This is for the Texas film industry only, not trying to be mean. In the second group, some ideas were flying around. Pete again come up with a great fundraising idea, which can't tell you that one either because it's for the Texas film industry only. Got together with the last group of community, getting to know each other and collaborate. We built more ideas around Neil's initial idea, and that's going to be for him. So again, good brainstorming, good think tank, but it's for the Texas film industry. Also, too, this has just been incredible to so many brilliant minds here, so many creative minds here, hungry minds, and so much great feedback. So, thank you very much. Be looking for the next Innovation Film Lab, brainstorming and think tank. Jeff?
Okay. Thank you, Marcus. All right, we're about to bring up an amazing filmmaker, but